Today's a beautiful day, isn't it? It's quite a sunny day. Hear the birds singing outside. The sun is shining down. Not even a cloud in sight. And today, as I'm sure all of you are aware, was supposed to be the day that GPW is going to be airing Final Stand. The biggest pay-per-view that this company has ever produced. The biggest pay-per-view that I've ever had the honor to be a part of. Now, I'm sure that a lot of you are wondering why Last Stand was done. And I'm also sure a lot of you might think you already know that because of someone's input on recent events. But I'm here to tell you that whatever you've heard is a stretched version of the story. You see, as I'm sure you're all aware, that recently my kid brother was attacked by a well-known individual that you all know the name of. He attacked my kid brother, and he was admitted into the local hospital very recently. And I visited him a day before yesterday to check on him. It's been a very long recovery process, even longer process for him. And after I left, I headed over to the compound of the company. You see, every one of the superstars that have been admitted into the Federation were all called yesterday. They're all called to meet up at the compound to discuss how things are going to go, how things are going to play out, and what was needed from every one of the superstars. So, after I left the hospital, I arrived on the scene and was fully ready to set everything up, get everything prepared. Then our beloved commentator, you know him as Gabriel Christopher, he came up to me and he let me in on some pretty shocking news. And it was the fact that we had to delay Final Stand. Push it back to July the 5th. So, naturally, like all of you, I was shocked, and I wanted answers. So I asked Gabriel, why on earth are we delaying the biggest PLE that not only have you promised the fans, but you've also promised the superstars? And he told me there was a couple of reasons. Two, to be exact. The first reason was that the night before, a masked individual who had access to the arena broke in and tore up a lot of the equipment that we now have to replace, that the company now has to replace. But the interesting thing that he also told me was that there was a bigger issue. Now, as I'm sure all of you are aware, the great ace of spades, Shane Carter, made a response to the situation himself, very recently actually. And as you all are probably not surprised by, he pointed his finger at me for being the cause that things got delayed. And as per usual, he left out the things that he was ashamed of. You see, the great Ace of Spades thought it'd be a great idea the night before to go out drinking. You know, to ease the pre-show jitters that I'm guessing he had. And it looks like he had a little too much that he could handle. A little too much of what he could do. You know, everyone has their poison. And Shane's is trying to find the solution to his issues at the bottom of the bottle. And it was because of his negligence and his unprofessionalism that we had to delay last night. So that was already a big shocker to me. But when I tell you that bullcrap was coming in buy one, get one free that day, boy, you can't even imagine. Because imagine my surprise when I got back home. I see him. I see the same man who was passed out drunk on his couch the day before, shooting a response, blaming me for this, trying to bend the truth and say that the reason why we couldn't put on the show that we promised you because I went to go check on my kid brother. The kid brother that he attacked. Kid brother, my kid brother, that he drew blood. And he has the audacity to film himself a little short video pointing his finger at me. Shane, you can act all big and all bad you want. Point your finger at me all you want. But at the end of the day, you're going to have to accept accountability one way or another. You know, for someone who really wants this, someone who has made it very apparent that this is all he cares about, you're not really convincing me. And apparently, it's a crime and a sin to even have a life outside of the ring. Apparently, it's a crime that I have a family and a home to go to after everything. After all the crap that I've been put through in the past couple of months. And it just keeps on coming. It keeps on coming. So you know what, Shane? I'll tell you this. Go ahead and get sober. Go ahead and take all the time to get your crap together, get over this hangover. Yeah. Go ahead and take all the time you need to get sober. Because I want you to be when I kick your ass.